Well, today I'm going to show you how to take, when you buy these bearings, we got these off eBay, a 10 pack for like 20 bucks. That includes tax. The numbers are 6204-2RSC3. The RS, the 6204 has a certain designation. The 2RS means 2 rubber seals. So they got 2 rubber, one on each side. And the C3 is the way the thing is built, something to do with the way it's chamfered and stuff. It's way beyond me. But what I'm going to teach you today is not about bearings, but you buy these bearings in bulk. You should always peel the little rubber seal, get some kind of pick, and get in here. I don't know if my hand's going to do it. I'm trying to keep it in the screen. And get in between the metal and the rubber seal and just peel it off like that without damaging it. Just get in there and peel it off. Peel it off. Peel it off. Let's see how much grease it comes with. Well, these are the hardest ones so far if you take off the rubber seals. They're sealed pretty good. But you can reuse them again. You don't want to wreck them, so you gotta be easy. So I get a good pick. You can even use a screwdriver like this. A little screwdriver. You can use this. You just go. Matter of fact, that seems to work better. There. Now you carefully take it off. And this is why you pack them. See that? See the grease in there? I'll tell you one thing. There's grease in there alright, but I think that who packed it was maybe an ant. So that's why you take. I need 6. These are for my spindles for my MTD riding lawnmower. I've got 3 spindles and they need new bearings, and I'm going to put this is the bearings they use. So but I'm going to repack all of them with grease. And the grease I'm going to use is this full synthetic Valvoline stuff, which is pretty good. Make sure it's focused in there. Looking at it backwards. It takes a trick to do this. Anyhow, that thing right there. But you can use whatever you want. I just use this because I got it. If I didn't have it, I'd use something else. But you can see that there's hardly any grease in there at all. And from what I heard, it's lithium-based grease. To me, it looks like Vaseline, but you know. So I'm gonna go and pack it. I'm gonna take the rubber seal off the other side, and I'll get all 6 of them open, so I can pack them all at once. Because my hands will get dirty. Then I'll put my gloves on. But that's the way. Then I'll put the seals back on. So I'm gonna do that, then I'll come back. But if you don't do this, this bearing ain't gonna last. Maybe a year, 2 if you're lucky. Here you go. I got all the covers off. I just did this for display, and you can see that they ain't packed worth a darn. They got some in there, but they ain't packed worth a darn. And I find this true whenever I buy bearings, no matter what. They're never packed properly. So it only takes a few seconds to do this. Do it, and then there's a good chance these bearings will last longer than the piece of equipment you're putting them on. Okay, we're ready to do it. Now, I got my gloves on. I'm going to scoop some out. Unfortunately, there's not much. I'm going to scoop some out and put it in my hand. Like this here. Wow. I don't know. That doesn't look too nice, I tell you that right now. Put it right in the palm of my hand. It's almost like packing tapered wheel bearings. Some people, you can clean them out if you want to, but I'm not doing that. I never had a problem with mixing greases. But you just take it like this, and you force it in. If you ever packed tapered roller bearings, you do this until you'll see it oozes. See how it oozes through the other side? There, I'm waiting for the focus, okay? You gotta be fast, slower than the camera. Okay, let me pack it here. I don't know.
You're packing it.
It's not too good a view. I'm trying to get a good view here. Let's just pack it in. Just pack it. It'll force the other grease right out. And just keep moving it around. And just keep packing it in. And then you want it, you turn it over and do the other way. And just do it, do it, do it, and do it. Just keep going around till it's all packed. And as you run out of grease, which you really should because you'll scrape all the grease out, just keep doing it again. And you can see why it's a good idea to get gloves. Because this would really be messy. And this silicone high temp wheel bearing grease really stains your hands. Okay, see how it's all like that? Well, all you do is just start cleaning it off. It gets messy. Just clean the stuff off. Just clean it out the best you can. And you should make sure I'm staying in the film because I keep moving my hand.
Yeah,
If I'm drifting off, just let me know.
yeah, just say it's, if you say we're in that position when you want to hand, then you should be good enough.
Okay, you see that thing's packed. Now what I do is so I can get the cover on because I don't want them popping off. I just take my finger and wipe out the excess that's in the grooves, see? Like that. So you can get that cover on. Don't worry about that cover popping off on you. You don't want it popping off. And just stick your finger in there and just dig it out a little bit. Like that, see? Like that. And just dig it out. It's time consuming a little bit, but it's worth it. Okay, now see how that looks?
Yeah, they move your hand farther down.
Now when it's all clean, now that you just take the seal, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy, just take one of the seals, right here. Remember, always the rubber side, it's got a steel piece in there for strength. And the rubber, you put the steel piece down, and you just put it over the part like this, and you just push it in like this. You just rub your finger around like that. See how I did that? See? Like that. That's in there. And see if you don't, and if you turn around, you'll see, geez, the grease has popped through because I put the cover on. Just take the excess grease out, put it in your beautiful, lovely hand, and then get the other cover. See? Because you don't want to have it forced because it might pop the covers off. Okay, here, see how I popped it in? It just pops in real easy. It falls right in place. There you go. Now that baby's greased. And I mean really greased. There you go. And then I'll just set this to the side on my clean cardboard. And there you go. See there. Once in a while I look up at the screen. My son's the cameraman. And I'm trying to keep him in that square because I'm recording in 4K. Okay, that one's done. Now clean it up with a paper towel later on. Okay, let's get the other one. Okay. If you want me to move, John, I'll just do one more and then, the rest of it's self-explanatory. But if you can see it, you can see the stuff oozing through the bearings. See that little piece oozing through there? Tell you one thing, I give, like I said many times before in my videos, I give people credit to do this close-up stuff because it ain't easy. I can see where an overhead camera would be great because by doing this, my hands, but you can see how it oozes. The blue stuff's oozing out. That means you're forcing the replacement grease in. Actually, blue grease is pretty good stuff, but they just didn't use enough of it. And some people say you can overstuff them. Well, you can. If you gotta scoop it out so you can get the covers on. That's about the only thing that would be a problem. And let's see. See how it oozes through? Like that. There you go. Yeah, see how it oozes through? It shows you I'm forcing the grease through. And then you turn it over and do the other side. You don't have to add no more grease until you're absolutely necessary. Less cleanup. Probably added too much grease the first time. Okay, now you take the side that was empty, you pack that baby again. Am I doing good, Johnny, on the screen?
I moved the box around to get this.
Well, it does cover beyond the box, Johnny, a little bit, so it really does. But yeah, good thinking. So you can see the little balls of black grease coming through. And some people are lucky, they got one of them little, they got wheel bearing greasers that you hook up to a grease gun. And you put this in there, you put a cover down, you pump it, it'll pump grease right, force grease through it. But, it's just another piece of equipment to clean, it's extra money. Use your hands. I've done this pack wheel bearings for years. This works good. Okay. Get your extra grease. We're experimenting this time with 4K. This will be my first 4K video I'm put up. Okay, there. Now I'm not going to keep showing you over and over again, but you know what you do, you just scoop that stuff out. Okay. And pop a sealant. I'll do it one more time. Ready? The seal. Here's the seal, metal side down. Just put it in like this. There you go. Right like that. And just push it down. The good thing is with the grease on your fingers and everything goes in real nice. You just run your thumbs and it'll grease it right, it'll pop it right down. There you go. Okay, same one here, this one here. Make sure it's all pushed in. You can see the difference between the two. Let me show you one here. Hold on. It's hard to pick these things up when your hands are greasy. See the grease? See this one? This is the one that come ungreased, and here's the one that's greased. There you go. There is your dinner. Okay, I'll put it one more time. I'll show you. Metal side down. Like this. Just run your finger down there. It's so greasy, it'll go in beautiful. Take the excess grease off. Put it on your hand. And then go around. And there. That is number 2. 4 more to go. Okay, I'm going to finish these all up. And then I'll go from there. Okay, they're all packed. Now I just take a clean paper towel, clean some of the stuff out my hand. This is just preliminary cleaning here. And I don't want to drag my hands in it, so my arms, I mean, in that grease.
Well, I have to move it way up there.
You gotta be willing to get dirty. If you like playing with mud as a kid, you'll love this part. I know someone's gonna say there's a better way of doing it. I'm sure there is. Like I'm thinking about turning this cardboard around. These things ain't fun to pick up, let me tell you. Then you just clean them. It's self-explanatory. Just clean them off best you can. There we go. That's it. It's just really, but they're nicely packed. They'll be. When I get done with them, they'll be like no grease on the outside at all. So, just less chance of attracting dirt and dust and all them other things. But that's it. That's all you do. And then we'll put them in on our what do you call it, Johnny? That riding lawnmower base. The mower deck. There, that's the word. 3 spindles, 2 per each. This is cheaper than buying spindles. I got all 10 of these for, what, 20 bucks, Johnny?
I think so.
Yeah, 20 bucks. The spindles would have cost me about 35 bucks a piece. And I'm not putting Zerks in. Because, in the spindles, like some people do, because it ain't worth it. These bearings that were in that rider are from 1999, and they've just finally started giving out. So I'm not worried about that. Rider will be total junk. Well, here we are, all cleaned up. Gloves are off. We changed cardboard. I'll do a final wipe, and then these will be done. Some people use a needle to stick into here and then inject it in. But you can't tell what you're doing. Take the cap off. And the good thing about when you pack it tight, when you put the first seal on this side, it'll push the grease out this way. So when you scoop it out, like I told you to take some of it out when you put the other one in, it'll be perfectly packed. Now this could be a bearing that's gonna last for a long time. Long time. Spin her a couple times. Wipe off the excess. Hey. It's just for a mower. It's not a space shuttle. I know I keep drifting off. There you go. See, I just run it and I clean up the excess grease. When you spin it, you'll have some grease that'll ooze out of the thing. And that's it. Now you know how to do it. And you know how to do it, and I have a hard time keeping my hand in the center of the screen. The director's going to start hitting me with a stick if I don't stick with the center of the screen.